What's up, y'all? It is I, the one and only, Tezzy Baby, Cortez Mack, and I want to welcome you to a brand new episode of Cortez Mack TV. So before we get into this week's interviews, and I got two of them, I got Lacey Savage talking about his new projects, his EP, his upcoming shows. He's a really, really dope artist that I met out here in Atlanta at a showcase, and I've just been a fan ever since, and y'all will be a fan after y'all get to really get to know him as part of this interview today. And then I also have part 2 of my homegirl Nosh, and y'all met her last week, and she's a social justice warrior, an entrepreneur, a model, just an all-around vibe. So I want y'all to stay tuned for part 2 with her as well. But before we jump into both of them, I got some news for this week. So of course y'all know that I'm a big Housewives fan. And this week, The Real Housewives of New York premiered its new season. And I'll be honest, I've never watched a single episode of The Real Housewives of New York, but I'm tuned in now because they just welcomed their first black cast member. And her name is Eboni Williams. I gotta put that K in there because I feel like you gotta put some respect on her name. I love the fact that she's bringing some diversity to the show in the same way that Garcelle Beauvais brought diversity to Beverly Hills, and Tiffany Moon brought diversity to Dallas as the first Asian housewife. We're really seeing a lot of inclusion, and I know that a lot of people criticize Bravo and say that it's targeted inclusion and it's kind of fake wokeness, but I will say diversity is diversity. So if this is what it takes to get our foot in the door and to bring us to the table, I'm all for it. Eboni is a former pageant queen, a former attorney, public defender, news correspondent, and she actually, I don't know if y'all know this about her, but she was, working with Fox News as a correspondent, and she called Donald Trump out for some of his incendiary remarks and a lot of the things that he was doing that were wrong. She actually ended up stepping away from Fox News because of that, and now she's working at Revolt TV, and she's doing some great things over there. So y'all definitely need to check her out, not only on Revolt, but also on The Real Housewives of New York, which was the original thing that I started talking about. She's a breath of fresh air, and I can say that even having never watched the show, but just seeing her interact with the other ladies, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. So y'all definitely need to tune in next week. Next Tuesday, I wanna say, I think it airs on Tuesday, so y'all watch along with me and let's see what y'all think of Eboni. Now on to some more, I think, pressing news, and I guess, some of us might say that it's, disappointing. Here in Atlanta this week, and my energy just kind of dropped as I go to talk about this. Garrett Rolfe, the officer who shot and killed Rayshard Brooks last summer, has been reinstated by the Atlanta Civil Service Board. And while I don't think that means he automatically gets his job back as a police officer, he is eligible for it because he's been reinstated. So, we just literally saw Derek Chauvin be held accountable, and now we turn around and we have to face this disappointment with an officer who we watched kill someone on camera not be held accountable. His murder charges are still kind of, they're in limbo. His attorneys tried to get a dismissal earlier this year, and that didn't really work out yet. I think that essentially his murder case is in limbo right now, and so for him to be reinstated, it doesn't look good for the murder case, I don't think, and I don't know if those charges are going to stick, but we're just going to continue to lift the Brooks family up and just kind of send good vibes their way. I hope that justice is ultimately so. In the news this week, y'all, I just brought up Derek Chauvin's name, and this week, after the verdict and everybody feeling so uplifted and celebratory, we now are kind of hesitant and iffy because juror Brandon Mitchell has struck up a controversy this week as it has come out that he attended a 2020 March on Washington rally wearing a t-shirt that said, "Get your knee off our necks." Now, while okay, he should have, what's wrong with that? He was meant to be an impartial jury member, and when he was questioned before being selected for the jury, that he had to fill out a questionnaire, that he was asked whether or not he has attended any protest about police brutality or police use of force, and he said no. Okay. Now, this is problematic because it brings into question his credibility as a juror, and whether or not he was able to truly be impartial, or if he went in already feeling like Derek Chauvin was guilty. Now, here's my take. Anybody who watched the video is going to have a bias. I don't know anyone who can watch that video and say, I can go in and fairly judge this man. I'm not gonna go in here and think that he's automatically guilty. I mean, he incriminated himself on video. And that's it. I was trying to think of something to follow up with, but one, I had to swallow, and two, I really just couldn't think of anything. So Brandon Mitchell is kind of drawing the ire of a lot of people who are saying, you gonna mess this up for us, and this was our one that we got to hold him accountable, and you messed this up. Let's not vilify this man. Let's not crucify this man. Let's remember that Derek Chauvin is the one who chose to put his knee on someone's neck and keep it there until that man was lifeless. Okay? So whatever happens with this, Brandon Mitchell is not the enemy, and I don't think that we should be taking our frustration or our anger out on him in this moment. You know, he probably, I can't speak for him, but I would assume that he probably felt like he had a duty to go onto that jury and to make jury duty. He had a duty to go onto that jury and make sure that justice was served. And they did that unanimously. So we'll see what happens. There are some people that are saying that this might, justify an appeal, or it might work in Chauvin's favor, as he's already trying to get an appeal. We'll see. There are some people that are saying this is not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. And so we'll just have to kind of keep our eyes glued to the news to see what happens. Y'all can definitely tune in with me, tap in to see what updates I provide, because I promise you, my ears are to the streets, and I'm definitely peeping this story to see what happens. I'm anxious to see if the verdict is upheld. That's the news for this week. Stay tuned for my interviews with Nosh and Lacey Savage. Let's get it. Y'all like that? Let's get it. My hands. Y'all, today I am joined by rapper extraordinaire, just a dope performer, personality. He like, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. I'm joined today by Lacey Savage. How you feeling?
Good as always, man. Good to have you.
Good to have you. Good to have me on my show. Look, that's we love to see it. So tell the people, and I want to just go ahead and jump into it, because I mean, they already are aware that you're an artist. They already are aware that you rap and that you perform. But tell the people, if you had to define yourself as an artist, how would you do that?
I'm all about myself and what I've been through. I come from a small town called Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
All you have is family there. You know what I mean? Not too many cops are around. It's a real rugged place. All you got is your people. You know what I mean? So I speak a lot about that in my music. So I try to uplift a lot of people. I speak my pain. You know what I mean? I try and put all that in my music. So that's me as an artist.
So let's stay there for a minute. Let's stay on Louisville. How would you say that, and Kentucky's got, a lot of controversy right now with the Breonna Taylor situation and all of that. We'll get into your thoughts on that in a little bit. But how has growing up in a small town like Louisville, how has it impacted you, I should say, as an artist? How did it affect your development?
In Louisville, it kind of forces you to be a man. You know what I mean? You're out on your own a lot, so I had to find out who I was, not only as a person, but an artist. And it kind of built me up from there, because everything I did from there on was just me. So I had to learn from my own experiences and my own triumphs and tribulations. I had to uplift myself in a lot of situations. So, yeah.
What's the most valuable lesson that you learned at that time in your life where you were really trying to discover and grow and evolve?
To never forget why you're fighting so hard in the first place. Because as soon as you forget, you want to give up. And I'm against giving up at all times.
Working in music, how hard is it to keep that mindset?
Man, because you know how hard as an artist it is to go out and put out music, and the people you know their music, but you don't know the hard work that they put in, the stuff that you didn't hear, the stuff that they sent in DMs and didn't get listened to and didn't get shared and didn't get answered. It's hard, and it's hard to keep going because you have to. People like me, music's in me, so it's just at that point a hobby. So I'm gonna die doing it regardless. But it's hard trying to get somewhere and no one's listening, and it sounds like it and it looks like it.
Well, and I can definitely, relate to that with feeling like sometimes I wish my viewership was bigger. I wish there were more people tuning in at a certain time. But you do have listeners and you do have an audience. And would you say that it has grown? And would you say that it's going in the direction that you want it to go?
It actually is, man. I've met some really dope people in the past few years that's uplifted my music and pushes me. Friends, family, people I've met on the way that's just heard me, streamed it, said, hey, you're like, yeah, man, it's crazy you know me. And it's good to hear that. Stuff like that is what keeps us as artists pushing. That's the upside of that. Of course, always.
Going somewhere and having somebody know your name, that's a great feeling. That's a great feeling. Or coming off stage or leaving from what you're doing and having them want to know your name. And I saw that with you in person at the Art Bistro Showcase. Yes. Shout out to Hemingway.
Shout out to you.
Yes, everything that you got going on is so dope. Can't wait to sit down with you and just chop it up, sir. But talk to me about that experience in terms of, because what I saw was you on the stage and people just conversations like, fuck the conversation, like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, and so when you came off, I saw you kind of get flooded with people like putting their phones in your face that you follow.
Yes. It was all love.
Yeah. How was that process for you in terms of how did you get on there first?
Actually, a friend of mine who's a dancer, I went to a show of hers and Hemi was actually host of that one, actually next door to the Arts Bistro. Shout out to him again. And ever since I saw him that time, I've always wanted to perform with him. And out of nowhere, a couple weeks ago, she DMs me. She goes, hey, he's looking for performers. I DM him immediately. He hits me up immediately. I don't want to do nothing but show out for him. When I show up, I give him all I got, and the crowd loved me. I didn't want to be anyone but myself. I put it all out there because it was a great opportunity. And shout out to the other artists too that was there. They were dope. We had an amazing time, and I can't wait to see you all again too. We'll talk about that again later too.
Most definitely.
But it was a dope thing to see everybody loving me and my music and what I stood for, and all the people that I had to show out and support me that night was dope. It felt amazing. Yes, it did.
What do you think is kind of the most valuable kind of thing when it comes to picking your songs for certain shows? Like, how did you go about picking what you picked for that showcase?
Man, those are actually the songs right now that mean the most to me. Because if you listen to No Favors, I talk about my mom a lot and my sister. I can't wait to actually shoot a video to that. Be looking for that. But it's dope. It's about family. It's about keeping people close to you and don't worry about the people who's against you. And Bentley Coupe, I did Bentley Coupe because my boy Say So. My boy Say So, he kind of branched away from the industry because he felt like he got, like most people do, discouraged, so he took a break. But I played.
So that's why you put the hashtag Bring Say So back.
Bring Say So back.
Okay.
Spam his DMs, spam his Instagram.
We need you.
You're too good, man. And he's a dope artist.
That's dope that you're encouraging him like that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's dope, and that's gonna come back to you from the universe if it hasn't already.
I'm very blessed right now.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So you talked about, not thought about. Can I talk, y'all? Let's go back because you mentioned family, and you said that you want to make sure that you keep the people who mean something close to you. Who in your family is particularly meaningful in terms of having an impact on Lacey Savage?
Man, I remember I was 10 years old. First found out how to record. I had my little laptop, how do you pronounce it? Audacity.
Okay, Audacity.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking
and I
about.
had my
I don't know
little
how to
gaming
use it.
headset, and I would record, and I would run it out to my mother.
Yeah.
And she would send it back, and she'll be like, "I need this," or "You did too much auto tune on this." To this day, my mother is the biggest influence on me and my music. Whether she sees it or anybody else sees it, she is the biggest influence. I'm keeping her close. Those are the type of people I'm talking about. Cause my family, my friends, you need people like that, cause they're not going nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna need them when times get rough, and you know what I mean? Whether you make it in it or not, they're gonna be there when you fall, they're gonna be there when you up. Those are the people you want close. They're gonna keep you going at all times.
And the people that are close to him are definitely gonna be ready to cop these projects that you got coming out. So let's talk about what's on the way.
Yes, sir. So I have, if you've been keeping up, 2 years ago I dropped a tape called Cheers to You. Cheers to You was a big, basically the point of that was I went through, like every young man does, a big breakup. And I dropped a big tape sampling a bunch of old R&B tapes, and I let all my emotions out on that. And it was basically a Cheers to You. The sequel is coming out very soon. Cheers to You 2 is to everyone who has helped me get to this point.
Okay.
I'm very blessed at this point. I'm very non-angry. I'm achieving a lot of things in life right now. I'm meeting a lot of dope people, so I want to shout out to all of y'all. So all that's going to be on the new tape, and I'm looking forward to that. 2, that EP. Block Boy is coming very soon. Block Boy, that EP is coming out very soon. Block Boy is basically catered to where I'm from. The streets, my cousins, my neighborhood, my family down in Louisville, Kentucky. That's basically catered to all of you guys. You know where we come from. If you're from Louisville, Kentucky, throw the L's up. You know where we come from. It's for you. It's a little EP. I hope you guys love it, but that's coming very, 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 very soon. Be looking for that.
All right, so we got the EP dropping soon, but I feel like you're taking the stage pretty soon. I feel like you're going on tour or something like that.
So, Hemingway, shout out to you again. Everybody who was at that show, he let everybody know we're his last tour date performance, so look out for that. And what did he say, September? When he comes back from September, we're all gonna go on the road. So I don't know what he has planned, but it sounds big. I can't wait to meet all the artists that he brings along the way, and that's a big opportunity for us. So that's big.
All right, so before we get up out of here, you know, Cortez Mac is a show of growth and evolution. So we talk about goals here. So let's talk about, well, not in the past, but we're gonna start talking about goals. So let's talk about your short-term and long-term goals for your brand, for your artistry. What you thinking?
Short term, actually just working on myself. Like everybody my age, I'm actually building myself, making sure myself is ready for everything that's ahead of me. There's a lot ahead of me that might not be mentally ready for. So I'm kind of like everyone, man. The big stage. I know I'm ready, talent wise, but I'm trying to make sure I'm good here. You know what I mean? Making sure my mind's right, because there's a lot of things that not everybody takes into account when they come. So I figured that the sooner you're ready for it, the better. So I figured I'd take ahead of it right now.
All right, I like that. So that's short term. So long term, what you got?
Long term, I just I want my name and brand to be everywhere, man. I plan to cut. Yes, exactly. I plan to cut a lot of. No knocks, but a lot of businesses out the way. I plan to have Savage E&T blasted on almost everything. So be looking for that. That's a dope opportunity for a lot of people very, very soon. So.
Dope. All right. Well, with that, there's only one logical question that I have left. Where can the people find you?
Instagram, man. Find me on Instagram at @Lacey__. YouTube, Lacey Savage, of course. SoundCloud, Lacey Savage. Facebook, Lacey Savage. I'll be on other platforms, Spotify and iTunes, very, very, very soon. Actually, by this posted next week. So he said this is Friday. This Friday.
Look at him remembering.
So this Friday, I'll be up on Spotify and iTunes next Friday. So be looking for that.
Everywhere. All right, y'all. That's my time with Lacey Savage. Oh wait. Hold up. You sound a little correct.
Well, what you got?
So look, before we get up out of here, for real, this is the last thing, y'all. We're gonna play a quick round of One Gotta Go. Now, you have a song where you shouted out William Regal, and to a lot of people, they might not know who William Regal is. I'm a big wrestling fan, so I know him as a WWE superstar. So I gotta ask you, I'm gonna give you four of the top WWE superstars of all time. You gotta tell me which one gotta go.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Sure.
All right, so we're going with Triple H.
Okay.
We're going with Shawn Michaels, the
Okay.
Heartbreak Kid.
Okay.
We're going with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay.
And we're going with The Undertaker. Who gotta
I'm gonna be a hater and say the Undertaker.
go? Not black people's favorite wrestler.
Man, I'm gonna say the Undertaker. You gotta go. You won too much. If it wasn't for you, my man's Triple H would be probably where you are. I'm gonna be a hater.
He said it with such vengeance in his soul.
Yes.
Y'all love you though. All right, Taker. If you ever watch this, don't come for us. No tombstones this way. We ain't trying to.
Y'all, I'm back with my friend Nosh.Is for part 2. All right, y'all. So last week, if you missed that, just to kind of quickly sum it up before you go back and watch it after this, because you better do that. We learned about her endeavors in terms of public service and her great, awesome, amazing, magnificent organization, PB and Justice. And so if you don't have that information, look down in the description below, because we do have to support somebody that is pouring into her community, and we just want to see her continue to grow and flourish. That was the word of the interview last week, flourishing, right? We got to help support that. But this week, we're going to move to a few other things that you're involved in. And I want to start with, because y'all see the aesthetic, y'all see the look, y'all see she's giving,
Look at these greasy legs.
Serving,
yes.
right? Y'all already know the vibe. She's giving Naomi in the 90s.
Okay.
So let's talk about modeling. How has that been going for you? Because you're killing it on social media.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. So to be honest, this was only a birthday shoot.
Oh.
I did all that for a birthday shoot because I was like, it's COVID. I can't have a party. I can't go nowhere. I'm not going to Tulum. I'm tired of seeing it. I don't want to go to the tree.
Oh.
So, sorry, y'all. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? So I came up with this idea, did this Savage Fenty look, hey, Foxy Brown, Sister Soldier, and Lady Wonder, which is my favorite, the boots, as people call them.
I love the boots.
The boots.
Yeah.
Go to my page.
When y'all go to her page,
just look for the boots.
Nosh.Is, y'all got it.
Yes.
The boots. You gonna know what we talking about.
Man, and it's I asked my makeup artist that I'm normally going to. I was like, I need a photographer. Like, what? I need somebody to go to. Sent me a couple people. Reached out to Mayweather Image. Oh my gosh, I love you. Thank you. And from there, we, it took us like 3 hours, and I had the most amazing time during that shoot. I mean, I had smoked prior and had some Bel Air. It was amazing. But it was. I mean, when the music was going, that was the first time I had the backdrop. It was just like I was in a whole vibe. Pictures came back, and my homegirl was like, "You need to get a portfolio right now. You need a portfolio right now." And I'm like, "Okay," but I've been modeling since I was 16, and it wasn't in. Think about it. Like me in 2001 was not getting a modeling contract. Okay?
Damn.
So even though I just got tattoos, it's just like I have alopecia, I have an underbite. I'm talking about the negative things, but I'm still bad as fuck.
Look at you. I mean, period.
So it's just like I had all these different things, and it's like I had like a busted tattoo, and I'm just like now I'm seeing all these girls pregnant, and I'm like, okay, well if they can walk, listen. I'm telling you, what's her name? Slick Woods? Girl, you did it. So I'm like, if she can do that, and then like everybody got the gap, and I'm like, all right. Oh, I'm about to do it. Oh, it's on the popping now. So it was one of those things where, my page was more so Jungle Princess and me getting back to myself, getting back to my roots. This is who I was. So modeling and getting in front of the camera, I didn't know creative directing and all this stuff. I'm just like, I love it. I absolutely love it.
And you're an all-around creative.
Thank you. I appreciate that because I don't know. I feel like I got music on and I'm you know, it could be something that's being said. I'm smoking, I'm vibing, and I'm just like, oh, I got this going. I get one idea and I'm just running with it. All my friends, they call me like, hey, okay, what should I do with this? And we vibe off each other. So like somebody mentioned before, it's a collective. Chris says it's a collective. It takes a village. And I really feel like if more people are able to, you can come together, use your ideas, use your platform. Yo, it's nothing wrong. It don't cost you nothing. It costs you nothing, and you can gain everything. It costs you nothing. And like me and my homie Maurice in LA, I love you. You can't buy it. You cannot buy it. So even though right now I might feel like I'm not exactly where I want to be, as far as like career wise, yo, I'm out here.
Yes.
I'm out here. I'm living. I'm living. One thing I learned from losing my mom, and I talk about this a lot, and I'll continue to beat it in people's heads, is like, yo, after losing her, life is too short. You gotta live. I quit my job. I got a divorce, cut my hair. I was like, look,
I'm about to just be a whole new everything.
A whole new everything. And I went through a lot of different stuff, but I'm a homeowner. I got an amazing dog. I drive. I'm extremely blessed. So it would behoove me not to pour that into other people. It would behoove me not to just share my gifts with other people, even if for it's a millisecond.
Yeah.
I have to be able to give that, to release that, because I feel like me creating things is I'm able to release the good and the bad. So yeah. That's it.
Y'all, she's releasing so much good and light into this world, and I need y'all to pursue this light, because I don't want y'all just running around bumping into stuff in the dark, okay? Please tell them where they need to go to find all of your everything.
All of the everything. Okay. First and foremost, Nosh.Is, Nosh.Is. You can also follow me at PBN Justice. Also at Dora's Daughters. That's my closet organizing business. And one last piece, y'all. Fear, and I'm still learning. Fear will literally cause you to lose out on your dreams. And I was so afraid to be here. I was like so afraid to collect my flowers. First of all, I'm gonna give you your flowers anyway, because you are just profound on what you do and what you give out into the world. It's just amazing. So I'm extremely honored to be here, sitting here with Cortez Mack, aka Barbara Walters. Okay, it's amazing.
Not Barbara. I'm dead.
Okay, love it, because she was giving out some interviews.
Okay, I'm Barbara.
Right, but I just, don't let fear stop you. I'm still learning to let my brain and my heart lead and be confident in it. So no matter what anybody says, I am Nosh.Is. Nosh is whatever you like it to be, but I know who I am. And Corvette.
Y'all stay tuned for Who Won the Week.
Decide who won the week, and you already know it goes to DJ Khaled.
I don't know if my impression is good, y'all, but it's what I got. Congratulations to DJ Khaled. You are the winner of this week, my good sir, for this fire album, this compilation that you dropped. Khaled. My favorite song off of the album, hands down, is gotta be I Did It. I love Post Malone, love Megan Thee Stallion, fan of the baby. And so to see this is my favorite thing about a DJ Khaled album, is to just see the combinations of artists that he's gonna put together. He got a track with her and Migos. Cardi did her thing on one of the songs. Drake is of course on there. I really am excited to get in the car and listen to it again, to be honest. I just wanna give Khaled a shout out for what he contributes to the music industry. Not being an artist himself, but just for the opportunities that he provides, the way that he remains relevant, and just his all-around energy. So let's give him his flowers while he's here, because I feel like he's one of those people that if he wasn't in the game or if something was to happen, we would definitely have a void that we would feel, that we would have, that would be there without him. So Khaled, we appreciate you. Keep doing the big things that you're doing. Bless up, y'all. That is gonna bring us to a close, and I would love for y'all to subscribe to my channel so that you get next week's video on demand. As soon as it comes, you're gonna get that little notification on your screen if you turn the notifications on. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well so you can get my content there. 1-2 punch. All that you need, Cortez Mac, Instagram, YouTube. Make it happen. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's Cortez Mac TV. Let's go.